So you know when you're scrolling on social media and then there's a post that just grabs your attention? Well, that's exactly what we want to do for your paid advertising. But we don't just want to grab their attention, we also want them to click on your ad, go to your site, and purchase your product. That can actually be a lot to ask for someone who didn't actually know that your product existed till just a few seconds ago. The best way that I found of doing this though is with video ads. You can actually talk a lot about your product and all of the benefits, as well as give some social proof in just about 30 seconds. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you just how easy it is to create video ads without any tech skills or design skills required. To do this, I'm gonna be using Canva. I actually use Canva in my different businesses every day. And I actually have all the fancy software, but I still prefer using Canva because it's just so fast and easy to create this kind of content for social media and for ads. My favorite tool of theirs is the background remover, as well as their magic resizer, which resizes your images based on different social media platforms. They also have the ability to create short videos as well, which is what I'm gonna be using today. Now, just a disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video. I actually use Canva, and this is the tool that I recommend for doing that, which is why I'm showing you in this video. If you are interested though, I'm gonna put a link below this video for a Canva Pro free trial, and you can actually click that link below, follow along with me with your free account, and build out your video ad as well. So pause this video, click the link, sign up for that free trial, and then come back here and let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is set up our sizing. And the easiest way to do that is to just click on this videos here. And then it'll bring up the different video options that have already got it sized correctly for you. So since we're doing this for a Facebook and Instagram ad, I'm gonna go ahead and click on Facebook and click Create Blank. So once we actually complete our design, we can easily resize it using Canva Pro, but more on that later. We've got our brand new design here ready to be built out. And we've actually got 5 key points that we need to highlight in this ad that's only gonna be about 30 seconds long. So we really need to make sure that we're being strategic. You can see over here, there's different templates that we can use that have different elements where you can add in your images and your text really quickly. However, I'm just gonna start with just a blank screen so we can build out our exact things that we need. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to have this first slide, kind of what's seen automatically on autoplay, be a pain point. So we're going to hit some of the negative of what not having your product it feels like, and how then we're gonna pivot to number 2, which is highlighting your product more. So our pain point, I've already added in some images and some video that I have. I've done that under the uploads area. And you can see I've got some different images that we can add here as well. I've also got some videos added in, so we can click to the videos tab. So for pain point, I'm gonna start off first with this. So I'm just gonna click into it. It's added it to our screen, and I'm going to just pull and size and fill up the space accordingly. So this ad is for a children's book company. So my main pain point here is that it's harder to get your child to read, especially when there's distractions like tablets and things to watch. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just going to pull in some copy that I have here. I'm gonna click on text and I'm gonna say add a heading. I'm gonna just add in all of my stuff first, and then I can come back in and stylize it a little bit more and focus on animating it and getting it to work. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna select all of this, click on this color here to change it to white. Now, because I have a Canva Pro account, I've easily already pulled in all of my colors and my fonts, which is the benefit of being able to set up a brand kit, which you can do with Canva Pro. So this is already my font here that I have. So let's see, I'm gonna click on uppercase. No, I don't like that uppercase. But we can just play around with it a little bit, make this text a little bigger. And again, we can come back and stylize things just a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the next slide. So I'm gonna click add page. And now I wanna hit the solution. So we started off with a pain point, so now a solution. So I'm going to click back on the uploads area. And I'm going to just use this image here, pull it, drop it in, and we've got our video auto playing there. I'm going to also come in and add my text. And again, we can stylize this a little bit later. If I wanted to maybe move this over to the side, I can click into it and just shift it there. So I've got a little bit more space over here for some text later on. So let's just add our next one. And now I'm going to be highlighting a benefit that our product specifically has. So back to uploads, I'm going to do one of my animated videos. This is what I've gotten animated of the book so far. So we can have some of the interior pages of the book with some movement as well. And again, put our text in. And the same, I'm going to add in another page, and I'm going to add in some social proof. So we've got pain point, solution, benefit, and then social proof. So for here, I'm going to add a customer photo, and we'll add in this image here. Again, size it however we need. Add in some text. And I think with a lot of this text, we're going to need to add in kind of an element in the background to make it show up a little bit more, but we can play with that in a little bit. So this is the quote here. We'll change this to white. And then let's add in a star rating because this is going to be a review. So we can click on elements, and I'm just going to type in star. We can just do this here. And I'm going to add in, just copy and paste. So I have 5 stars for a 5-star review. Okay. And then we can come back in and animate these as well. And we can come back and change the color with this once we know how we're going to be animating it. And then lastly, I'm going to click Add Page again. And now I want to do a call to action. So again, I'm going to click Upload, and I'm going to upload some photos that I already have of the books, move them around. I can rotate them a little bit as well, and we can actually have these slide in from the side. I'm going to have, since this ABC's book is what we were promoting primarily, I'm going to have this first. So I'm going to just right click on this and say Layer, Bring Forward. And let's add in some text one more time. Just going to say, get your copy today. We can also add in our logo as well. So this is under Brand Hub. I've already got that set up and uploaded. And we can just add in our logo right here at the top. Also, let's do a background for the page. So for here, I'm just going to pull in maybe this purple color and drop that in. Okay, so now we've got it kind of framed out. It's time to stylize it. So first off, we can see up here in the top right-hand corner, we're at almost 25 seconds. So we're doing pretty good there. I can see that this first is a bit long. It's 7 seconds. So I can just pull to the right and pull it in. So now it's at 5 seconds. Let's just do it at 4.5. Okay, and then this is 4.4. Okay, so we'll move everything to 4.5 is the max. Okay, so let's stylize this slide first. So I'm gonna just make this text a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm gonna click on this, change the colors a little bit, maybe make it not as bold. I can also add in kind of a button look, so I can just click on this shape here, make it look a little bit more like a button so it kind of works with our call to action that we're doing here. I'm gonna click on these I've got all of them selected, then I'm gonna go to position and center just to align that. I'm also just going to click on subheading and say buy now. Okay, so now I've got that text formatted how I like, so let's add some animation effects to that. So I can just click on here, one of the photos, and I can click animate. Now we've got lots of different options and we can see how it kind of, all the different effects that we can do. So I think because this is the last slide, let's pan this and have it slide in. There's a lot of different effects that you can choose from, so you'll have tons of fun going through this and figuring out which one's right for you. Let's click pan on enter. We'll have it go to the right, and I feel like that's a pretty good speed. Now we'll click on here and the other image, and we'll say pan on enter, and we'll have this come in from the other side as well. So we can put the playhead to the front, and we can see how this actually works and comes into play here. So I think that looks pretty good. Let's go now to this image, and we're just gonna work our way backwards. So let's see about adding something to the background, maybe a star element or one of these kind of blurbs, little bubble things could be fun. Maybe this is too much with the stars. We'll see. Let's see if there's another one that we may want. Let's just try it. Okay, so I'm gonna change this shape color to, let's do pink. And I'm gonna just click on this shape and go layer, send to back. Let's make these stars a little bit smaller. And we can move these to the top. And we'll make this a little bit more condensed as well, so we can make it just a little bit bigger there in the space. I'm also gonna take this to be not as bold. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good so far. So we can have this shape. So we can again click on it, click animate. So maybe, let's see, we could have this pop in. That could be kind of fun. Coming up. I think we do pop. Okay. And we can say both on enter and exit. We can also select all these stars and let's have these pop as well. So we could, ooh, I like it on the rise effect. You can just hover over it and see. Let's just do rise. Okay. Okay. And we can animate this text as well. So we'll just have that fade in there. And let's make this go a little bit faster. Okay, great. So now we've got this one and we're just gonna continue on through the rest of the different pages to customize everything as well. Okay, so now we've got all of the kind of elements kind of individually animating on their own. So we need to see how their relationship is to each other and add some transitions in between the slides. So for here, we can click on, so we're kind of dragging this playhead around, and we can see that this shape goes out first, and then we still see some of the words. So let's just click on the words here, and we'll right click and say show timing. So now we can just drag this to be when it's still the big shape. So we'll drag it to disappear at this point. So now when we kind of go over it, we can see the big shape disappears as the letters disappear. We could actually make the letters stay maybe just a tiny bit longer. We'll see. Okay. So now the two of them kind of go out together. So let's do that on the other slides. Let's see. They're all kind of there. And then we have the shape and the words disappearing at different times. So we'll just click on this again and click show timing. And let's pull these words back a little bit. We'll make it disappear at this point. So we still are having it here and then disappear. Okay, that actually goes already at the same time. And then we've got our last call to action slide. Okay, so it's looking good. Let's add some transitions in between. So to add a transition in between, we just click in between the pages and we'll click on add a transition. So from this, this image is kind of zooming in, so we can just see how it goes into the other images. We could say swipe. Some of these are a little cheesy. I think honestly, let's do color wipe, and we can choose our color. I think we should end on purple since that's what this shape is. Okay, so then we'll click here and we can add another transition here. You know what? Let's not do a transition here. I think there's enough difference between this slide and the next slide. We'll go without a transition. And honestly, this next slide, it kind of is the same as well. I do feel like if we click on play, I think that this just goes a little bit too fast for here. So let's actually click in here and add another page. And I'm going to add in another video that I have of different items. So we could say B is for bread, and that way it matches. Kind of more of like the ABCs. Okay, and then let's just shorten this clip to be a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm gonna copy these elements. I come onto this slide and paste them in the same spot. Let's see, we have fade and we have, let's just change this to on enter since we're gonna keep it up for 2 slides. And we'll select this as well and say on enter. And let's actually change this to this bounce that we're doing as well. So just on enter. And let's just click here, make sure that there's no animating happening. This is just because I'm rolling over it. Okay, so we don't have any animation. We could though go in and we could say fade this out, but only on exit. And same here as well. We could have this just be on exit. And I'm just going to show the timing on this. And change that up as well. Okay, so now we've got this stylized a bit more. Let's go back to the front and watch it all again. Nice. I think that turned out pretty good. We could definitely go in and tweak some more things. We could also add in some audio as well if we want. So we could click on audio here and you can record yourself and do a voiceover, actually narrating the different parts of the video, or you can go in and you can just click on elements and we can click on audio. We could do something like this ukulele song. And then we can just select it to add it to our song. It's automatically added it in. We can drag this to pick which part of the song we want to include as part of this. And you can also add multiple different songs, fade them in, fade them out, and again, add voiceover as well. But I say at this point, this is actually looking pretty good and we could totally use this for a video ad for our brand. So what we can do now is we can actually save this to use. So we'll go ahead and click on share and you'll click on download. And I recommend doing an MP4 file. That's what you'll actually download and upload to the Facebook Ads Manager. If it's a shorter, small clip, like just a few things animating in 10 seconds or less, you can also do a GIF, but you won't be able to do sound with that as well. So you can just download this MP4 file. If you wanted to just do a single image, You can and download these as individual images to use as images for your ads instead of a video ad. You can do that as well and select which pages you would like to do. We could just click on MP4 file, select that we want to have all the different pages included, and click download. Now, what's also really cool about Canva Pro is that you can automatically resize these videos. So we don't have to build this again. If we need a really tall, vertical, different video to use for a different format, we don't have to rebuild all this again. We can just click on resize here. And we could say, okay, let's do an Instagram story size or an Instagram reel size. And we just click on it. It's already got this sizing set up. And we can say copy and resize so we don't lose this one. And now it's just automatically gone in. You'll have to go in and customize things. So we would just click on this, move some things around, change around positioning or sizes of things. However, a lot of that really hard work has already been done for you because it automatically resized it and it has all of your transitions and all of the music and everything already in place. So it's a great way to save time when you're building it out for different formats as well. Okay, so now you've got your video ad created and it's time to start actually using that for paid advertising for your Shopify store. Now, I'm not gonna be going into setting up ads in this video, but if you're interested in doing paid advertising, I actually have an online course showing you exactly how to set up ads for Facebook and Instagram for your Shopify store. We go through everything you need to know, like building out your audiences so you can make sure that you're marketing to the right people and not wasting your budget talking to the absolute wrong people, as well as setting up your ads. We'll be creating different ads like video ads and image ads to be using for different objectives like conversions for your site, engagement, video views, as well as retargeting for people who have already come to your site before but not purchased. We also go over analyzing your results. So after running all these ads, we see what worked, what didn't work, and make the changes so that we can best use your budget moving forward to get the most sales. There's also a lot of bonuses that come with it as well, and it's only $37. So if you're interested in doing paid advertising for your Shopify store, I'm gonna put a link to it over here and in the description below. I promise it's gonna make you feel so much more confident when marketing your online store.